have no doubt when the Eagles go into the offseason, they are going to do everything they need to be a team that's ready to get back to the Super Bowl. Why do you ask? Because one thing, we got Howie Vision. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Think back here. I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. You know, a lot of people are worried about what's going to happen to the Eagles this offseason. There's a lot of pieces that are going to go. A lot of guys are free agent. Whatever will the Eagles do? Well, all I got to say is, I'm not shaking. You see me shaking? I'm not shaking because of one reason. We got Howie Roseman. We got Howie Vision. And we're all just living in it. And if there's anybody who knows how to handle salary caps and this kind of thing, it's Howie Roseman. Now, before we get into it, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, most throttled Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And when I say that, I mean it. Those are facts. And if you've been subscribed for a while, just double check. Double moonwalk check. Make sure you're still subscribed. I had YouTube, they unsubscribed 22 people over the last 2 days. How do I know this? Because the people have reached out to me to let me know. So make sure everything is copacetic. Now, as you guys can see, I am not at my home. I am not at the Philly 500 fortress of solitude where my wife will double moonwalk my ass if I smoke in the house. But I am out here in Florida, right outside West Palm Beach. And what am I doing here? Family business. Actually, today is a busy day. The last 2 days have been really busy. What I'm doing is I'll get my mother-in-law, and we're getting her house ready to sell. She's coming out to live with us because my father-in-law last year died, passed away. So she's all by herself. We want to get her out of there. We want her to be around family. So that's what we're doing. I was supposed to do this in June, but then I got COVID and we couldn't go. So it was rescheduled for February, which is a shame because, you know, I had set up everything for a little surprise for everybody. If the Eagles were winning the Super Bowl, I was going to try to show up for the parade. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But I'm out here tomorrow night. Fly out. I have to drive to Orlando in the morning, and then I fly out, go home. I'll be home tomorrow night, and then we're going to have a lot of videos coming out. Also, me and Joey, a Philly Shakedown podcast, I canceled it tonight because I have to, as soon as I finish this video, I have to go back out and finish moving. We're taking a little break. Everybody's eating. Philly 500's working, right? Everybody's eating, taking a break, moving. Philly 500's working. I'm out here. This is my job. You know what I mean? I talk to my peoples. You guys, Dingbat Nation. But anyways, in this video, what I've really been thinking about a lot is, you know, I've just been listening. I've been listening and taking a lot of things in, and I've heard a lot of people worry. Oh, well, guess what? The Eagles have got all these free agents. Whatever you're going to do, you don't have enough cap space. Whatever you're going to do, what are you going to do? Eagles are in trouble. I see, especially Cowboy fans and Mark Holmes, you know, the stupid narratives of this was the Eagles' shot, they're one and done, and now it's all over for them. I don't know what planet people are living on. I don't know what we're living on. We got something, and we call them Howie Vision, all right? Now, Howie Vision is this little short dude. He wears a Napoleon hat. He's got a big pocket pencil protector. He calculates the calculations of the cornbread, and he comes up with ways to get around the cap. This is a dude who knew how to take, a $35 million salary cap hit and still be able to go out and get players. Remember when he cut Carson Wentz? Remember all the moves he's done? If anybody can figure a way to get our players back, it's Howie Roseman. It's Howie Vision. And if we do lose some players, he will find the best guys to replace. So what am I trying to tell you? I'm trying to tell you that I trust Howie Roseman. I can't believe I just said that, but I trust him. And that's why Philly 500 is prepared very soon to bend the knee to Howie Roseman. I will be bending the knee and asking for his forgiveness very soon because Howie Roseman has proved me wrong. If you want to come at me for stuff, the one thing you have a right to come at me for, Howie Vision. Howie Roseman, because I've had my ups and downs with him, and I didn't believe in him, but he has been fantastic. I trust him. I trust him to get it done. And I think he will. I think he'll find a way to get the players we need back to still stay competitive, okay? The first thing we know is that they're going to want to sign Jalen Hurts. They're definitely going to want to sign Jalen Hurts. And you got to sign Jalen Hurts. I don't think there's a choice now. So I expect that to be done early and quickly. I have a feeling it will be structured in a way in which Howie will basically not have Jalen Hurts' contract kick in this year, right? So he'll probably play his last year out, get a huge signing bonus, and then his extension will kick in, which will give us one more year of some leeway and a quarterback at a good cap number. Then as far as the other guys, he'll figure a way to get it done. First and foremost, to me, the number one guy you have to sign back in free agency, the number one guy you have to bring back, in my opinion, is Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson proved that he is one of the best safeties in the league. First time playing safety. He's young, and let's face it, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson was built for Philly. Philly was built for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Perfect fit like a glove. You have to retain him. You've got to keep him. He's young, and he would be my number one priority if I'm the Philadelphia Eagles. You got to get Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. You got to get him back. Secondly, I think the next guy you have to go after is you got to try to retain Javon Hargrave. You got to try to retain Javon Hargrave. I don't see how you let a guy, a defensive tackle with 11 sacks, go. I just don't see it. I don't think you do that. I think you got to keep him, especially if you're going to let Fletcher Cox go, because I think there's a good chance that Fletcher Cox is going to go, unless he's willing to take a lot less. Okay, but I think Fletcher Cox is gone. I think Javon Hargrave stays, and then you pair him up with Jordan Davis. Now, Javon Hargrave's ability to rush the passer and Jordan Davis's ability to play the run, they should be a good fit. You should have a lot of one-on-ones for Javon Hargrave with Jordan Davis there, and hopefully Jordan Davis can take the next step. He has a very important offseason coming. Okay, Jordan Davis has to go out there. He has to get in better shape, better condition, and he's got to get better at rushing the passer. He's just got to get better at rushing the passer, okay? He's got to become formidable in that. And I believe he will. There's no reason for me not to think so. But I think Hargrave's got to come back. I think Chauncey Gardner-Johnson come back. Now, the third guy that I'm leaning towards may people may not like or think it's right. It may be hard to do, but I'm making a play to keep James Bradberry. I am not trying to let James Bradberry go. I swear, if I have to franchise him, I would seriously consider doing it for 1 year. If I can get Jalen Hurts' contract figured out and it's not hurting me this year, I would consider it. Now, it's going to cost you a lot of money, no doubt about it. But I think James Bradberry has a few good years left. And I want James Bradberry back. I really would like to keep my corners and my secondary as intact as possible. But I think James Bradberry, a lot of people are forgetting what he did all season. They're looking at him and they're going, oh, James Bradberry, he got beat in the Super Bowl. He held in the Super Bowl. He's really not that good. People forget what he did all year. He was thrown to a lot. Teams threw at him all the time because they didn't slay. And he held up. He was a good corner all year. I think James Bradberry played like a top 5 corner all year long. And if I could bring him back, at least for 1 more year, I would do it. I would consider trying to get him back, trying to, get him, Slay, and Avonte Maddox, have them next year, maybe with one of your first-round picks, maybe your second first-round pick, or a second-round pick. You take a cornerback early. You get a corner early, and you let him learn behind Slay and Bradberry for a year. Then you give that rookie the following year, you give him the starting job. But if I could keep James Bradberry 1 more year, I think that would be really, really good for the Philadelphia Eagles. Those are the 3 guys I think you gotta keep, okay? Now, I know Seumalo's out there. Maybe you can bring him in cheap, but we'll see. I think what's going to happen, if I'm going to be honest, I think Seumalo's going to go. I think Kelce is going to come back. Now, they just restructured his deal or something, gave him signing bonus money. I don't know if that'll influence Kelce's decision to retire, but my gut feeling is Kelce's coming back. So Kelce's going to come back, and I think you're going to see Cam Jurgens possibly at guard. They may put him. Now, he may be too small. Maybe you're saying he's too small to play right guard. I think Cam Jurgens can play either position. But I would not be surprised to see him play right guard next year if Kelce returns, okay? I also think Miles Sanders is gone. Miles, man, to me, the Super Bowl hurt his stock the most. Okay, because here was a guy that had a good year, but when you needed him in the biggest game, he came up short. He came up very short, and that hurts. That hurt him. I think that hurt his stock. I think you got to let Miles go. You got to look to get a running back early. Bijan Robinson, I know everybody wants. I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed, but we'll get into the draft. Let me get home from Florida first, all right? After I do that, then we'll do it. But I think Miles going. I think Seumalo's going. There are going to be some guys gone. However, the guys that we need, the guys that need to be back, Howie Roseman will find a way. Let me mention also Brandon Graham. Brandon Graham, I heard through the grapevine that he's willing to come back on a team-friendly deal. He would like to stay in Philly. If we could get Brandon Graham back, that would be huge. But we don't know if that's really true or not. That's what people have been saying. Sometimes that means the exact opposite. So I don't know. But I know this. I trust Howie Roseman more than any other GM in any other team to go out and put the right pieces in place for the Eagles to compete for a Super Bowl, not just next year, but for years to come. This team's window is just opening, as where you get a team like the Dallas Cowboys. Their window is closing. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. And just a quick reminder, no shakedown tonight. Me and Joey will be doing that sometime, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday when I get back. The internet's too slow here, and it was going to create all kinds of problems. Not to mention, I don't even know if I'm going to be back from packing up my mother-in-law's house. So we'll see. With that said, take care. Talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's Howie Vision. We're all just living in it. Okay, so as you guys know, I'm in Florida, right? And one of the things I did is, I had to rent a car. Right? So they gave me a Ford Edge at the rental car place. Now, Ford Edge, I like a big car. I'd rather had it like a Tahoe or something, but that's what they had, so I took it. But I gotta tell you, the weirdest thing, I've never seen this. Have you guys ever seen this? Like, when you're driving the car and you stop, the car shuts off. It shuts off. And then when you hit the gas again, it starts back up. And then you can go. What the hell is that? And then I saw it was this, it was like an A, like the Avenger symbol, and then you hit it and it goes off and it says, automatic start stop is disabled. I'm like, of course it is. I'm just trying to figure out, why on earth would they have your car shutting down at the lights? What would be the point? Because when you go to hit the gas, don't go anywhere, it shut off. And it starts off, shuts down, starts up, shuts down. That has to be the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. Does anybody have this problem? Denzel Washington out.